Shiva. When is it appropriate or necessary to react positively to something, and why?
I believe it's necessary to act positively to something if it benefits you or if it makes you happy or if it solves a problem in your life for you. I think it's very important to act positively so you reinforce that in your head.
Would you think it's even positive to act positively to something?
I think it is positive to act positively. What would you say?
I think so.
Interesting.
Okay, when is it appropriate or necessary to act negatively to something, and why?
I believe it's appropriate and necessary to act negatively in a situation if you're really uncomfortable, you feel like it's causing problems, it's causing you trouble. That's when it's appropriate to act negatively.
Sweet. Okay, and on a scale of 1 to 5, 1 being very negative, 3 being neutral, and 5 being positive, how positive or negative are you, why, and how could you change it?
I would give myself a 4 for positive. I think I'm pretty positive, and any time that I feel like I'm frustrated or something's giving me a hard time, I can find a solution for it pretty easily and get back into a positive mind state.
Sweet. All right, bro. Thanks.
That was it?
That was it.
Jonah, you're such a good interviewer.
Thank you. And we're live. Okay. When is it appropriate or necessary to react positively to something, and why?
Well, anytime someone needs encouragement or is already positive about something, you should really act positive with them, even if maybe you're not truly that positive about it, just because it's important to support others.
Hell yeah. That was great. Okay, number 2. When is it appropriate or necessary to act negatively to something, and why?
Well, anytime that it's going to harm the person, or you think that it might just not be a good idea for that person to do something, probably should express your negative feelings towards it. Just keep them safe.
Cool. It's very paternal.
Mm.
All right, number 3. On a scale of 1 to 5, 1 being very negative, 3 being neutral, and 5 being the most positive, right? How positive or negative are you, why, and how could you change it? Whoa.
I'd say a solid 3.
Solid 3.
Yeah,
You're super neutral.
most of the time.
Okay.
Yeah, just because I can be, like, I can be both extremes for different situations, but I feel like neutral is, like, just a good general standpoint to be in, so I wouldn't, I wouldn't even change it either, because, like, you don't want to be only one extreme or the other.
Sweet. Awesome. When is it appropriate to act positively to something, and why?
Well, I'd say it's always appropriate to act positively to something.
Okay, when would you say it's necessary?
Necessary?
Mm-hmm.
In times of loss and in times of stress,
To act positive?
to act positive.
Okay.
Because negativity is like an anchor that holds you back. There's no reason for it. So, the best thing you can do for your mental health and for the people around you is to try to be as positive as possible. Now, I'm not saying, like, at times of loss, don't grieve, but, you know, at least for me personally, it helps to try and be as positive as possible for the people around you, especially in times of loss. Now, in times of stress, being as positive as you can will make you feel the best you can.
Okay, so what about when is it appropriate to act necessary? Or damn it, when is it appropriate to act negatively?
Well, again, in times of loss, think about it. You know, everyone, like, if you lose something very close to you, you need to grieve. You have to. If you don't, you'll just feel terrible. So negatively, in terms of, like, performing a negative action, I'd say, you know, when it comes to, like, you know, for example, relationship problems like cheating, you know, maybe it'd be more appropriate to, obviously, you know, when you say negatively, I assume you mean taking a negative course of action.
We'll have negative emotions.
Oh, yeah, well, I mean, it's always okay to have negative emotions. There's no...
When is it necessary?
when it's necessary or when it's appropriate.
Yeah.
Well, part of being an adult is, you know, making sure maintaining that professionalism in a lot of times. But it's always okay to have negative feelings. Oftentimes, you know, when it comes to breakups or, you know, stress, for example, it's completely appropriate to have negative emotions attached to that. It's completely. I would never say it's necessary, but I don't think you can be faulted for having negative emotions during times of like loss or during times of extreme stress or just daily life. I mean, you know, there are some days where you just wake up and you're just in a foul mood. That's perfectly okay, you know? I mean, that's just kind of how life is. What really makes you is how you use that, how you use the negative emotions.
Gotcha. All right, cool. All right, one more. On a scale of 1 to 5, 1 being the most negative and 3 being neutral, 5 being the most positive, how negative or positive are you
Right now?
in general?
I'd say I'm a 4.
Okay.
I'm not the person who kicks down the door every day and it's like, hello everyone, today's gonna be a great day. But at the same time, I'm also not the grouch in the room who's just, you know, I hate everyone, I hate everything, I hate this, that, or whatever. I try to maintain an aura of positivity, which is especially difficult because when I'm critiquing myself. But, you know, I just try to be like, I always try to look at the positives in things, because if you don't do that, I've learned, then life just sucks. You know, one of the best ways for me to cope with whatever is finding, you know, what's a positive, what is something that I've gained. And it's not necessarily like, oh, you know, a good thing, you know, but it's something that I've taken away, something that I've learned and that I can use to better myself.
Okay.
So I always try to incorporate that. So I'd say I'm probably a 4
All right, sweet.
and maybe a 5 depending on the day, but
Right.
you know.
It's never like constant.
Yeah, I always try to be at least as positive as possible.